Hello, I am Martin Fencka and welcome to the first episode of my new Civilization 5 Vox Populi series. As usual, because this is the first episode, it's more like an introduction. We'll go through all the mods, settings, and then I'll show you 3 possible starting locations that I've generated, and you'll help me decide which one we're gonna be playing with. So please let me know in comments which of these 3 options you like the most, and the one that gets most votes we'll use. Before we get to all the settings, let's check the mods that we are using. This time, again, it's just the Vox Populi package, nothing else. Although I now can use some other mods because with the new computer, new installation of Civ 5, the game can handle more mods. It's now stable enough for recording, but since like the last version of Vox Populi that we've used for a series, there has been so many changes. We missed like 4 patches, I think, that I want to keep things simple. And even with just this latest patch, which is from today, 29th of January, by the way, I will have to just re-explore the game almost. I won't even go through the changes. There are just too many of them, and some of them are pretty major. So I'm like looking forward to exploring everything again, but a little bit scared because I don't really know what to expect, how these changes will affect the whole balance of the game. And there are some like changes to that. The AI has some bonuses now, like some kind of minus 10%. If it's like a minus 10% overall discount on everything in the game for that the AI, then suddenly it can become really scary and the AI will be extremely fast. But we'll see about that. I don't know if I understand the change correctly, but there are many more. So that's that. Also, I'll make all the 3 possible like starting locations or the save files available for you guys. So if you want to play with me, you can download them and try them as well. They'll be available since tomorrow, so after I release episode 2 of the series. For that, make sure you are using the same version of Vox Populi, as I said, 29th of January. So I think that's that, and now we can jump to the settings. Advanced settings. So I decided to play with Japan. You suggested like quite a few things, but Japan is a save that I wanted to play for quite a while, and even throughout the development of Vox Populi, Japan changed quite a bit. I didn't touch this version of Japan at all, but I always liked it. So I've decided to use it. Even someone suggested I could use Japan because they have like an interesting way how wars and all the yields that you generate throughout wars like interact with the cultural development of your civ. So I want to try that, and we'll be playing against how many? 7 AIs, all random. This time I'll risk it and even try like China, Korea, they can be there. So we could end up with a pretty insane mix of opponents. And I wanted to make the map a little more like unusual. 16 city-states, I forgot that, the typical number for standard size map. But I decided to use Sandstorm, a harsh world composed primarily of desert with smaller patches of plains and grassland. Deity, epic game pace. Once again, I don't want to play faster than epic pace because at that point I don't enjoy the game. It's not about challenge. I really like admit that standard speed is more difficult than epic and definitely would be a lot more challenging, but I don't enjoy it, and I won't do series just for the challenge and be bored the whole time. I want to like enjoy what I'm doing. So I'll stick to epic pace. Ancient era, I wanted to make the world younger, I think, so I used only 3 billion years, therefore there should be more hills, and this world, there shouldn't be that much food, but a lot of production. We'll have a lot of desert hills, but not enough tiles because of the desert that have food. That was the idea. How it's gonna work, we'll see, because this is the first time I'm touching Sandstorm. I've never even tried it. So that's that sea level. Interesting that the game doesn't keep these lower settings. I decided to go low, so it's gonna be like a little bit larger standard size. Resources standard. I was thinking about sparse, but then I wasn't sure how sparse this means. So I don't want to end up with like absolutely nothing on the map, so I decided to go with standard, and I went with Pangea. So everyone on the same continent. So basically we'll be playing some kind of a desert samurai style. For advanced settings, I hope that the game kept everything as I set it up. I disabled the start bias because I want everyone to have the same crappy start. Then no ancient ruins as usual. No events as usual as well, no bad. No specific, good, neutral, no tech brokering or trading, so what research you have and you can't get anything from others, no trade events, but this time I will have vassalage available. On the previous series we went without vassalage, and I don't know, it wasn't bad, but I kind of miss the option to just vassalize like last 1 or 2 cities, so that I don't have to delay everything because there is one city like behind the lines. I think it like increases the pace of the game. So this is partially the decision to speed up the progress of the game. Sometimes you have to make some sacrifices when you are recording, so this is partially for that as well. And I kind of enjoy vassalage more, so there are like 2 reasons. Quick combat. Why the hell is this not active? Raging barbarians and transparent diplomacy. I was thinking about random personalities, but sometimes this actually hurts AIs, and I don't want to weaken them this way. When you have like a warfare focused AI and it gets a pacifist personality, it just doesn't work. Okay, so these are the settings, and now we can go back and load our 3 starting locations. I basically picked like first 3 that I liked and were not too strong. For example, on the Desert Storm, or how is it called, Desert Storm, I think, map, I got the starting location in the middle of the jungle. I don't know why, but it didn't make any sense at all, and it was just too strong, so I rerolled those, but I also didn't keep any starts where we start like absolutely with nothing, because that is not fun. So here, I kind of like this, a nice patch, like an oasis in the middle of a desert. It looks like the desert is like really everywhere around us, so a nice capital, and then probably difficult to expand around, find other decent city locations. But this time I didn't even check like what else is here. I didn't move any units. I really wanted to decide or base the decision on what we can see right now before we move any units. So this is all I know about the starting location, and this will be all that you guys know about the starting locations. So this is it. Double Lapis is nice. We have an oasis, floodplains. What I found out on this map, you are basically always starting on the river or very close to a river with floodplains. So the first city should have decent amount of food. The question is about the secondary cities. Can you find more rivers and have like decent amount of food everywhere? But we'll find out. So that's that. There are a few possible starting locations on top of Lapis here to have river. A river hill start with the mountain next to an oasis. That's probably best for like a very fast early start. Then there is the option to keep both these tiles as workable tiles and start on this hill. Would take a while to get to the oasis, or even have a forest hill start for the initial production boost, but then we would be away from the, especially the oasis, because the 3 food 2 gold is extremely strong early, because you can buy your first units that much faster. So yeah, this is one option. Then the other one... Come on, come on, come on. The other one is here. This one, I don't know what to think about this. I think it's interesting because we have a river that has floodplains only on one side. So even our farms here won't have adjacency bonus, which kind of sucks, but I don't know, it's interesting. And that's what I basically wanted. I wanted to have as many desert hills as possible and not that much food. It's still decent amount, of course, with the oasis, especially early, but many hills. And I don't think that we have ever started with like a mineable resource that we have here. So gems, we could test that. Not the best yields, honestly. To production 1 gold kind of sucks. We can have marble, but the question is where we started the city. I was thinking here on a hill next to a mountain with the oasis right away. We would also have gems right next to us, and all the resources, I mean luxuries, would be in range. Another option would be starting closer to the marble, let's say here, because then we would get the start on a river. The marble would be close, so if we have rushed masonry, I think, is that masonry? I don't even remember the basic things. Construction, not masonry. If we rushed construction, we could get a very early marble that could help with wonders. Yeah, definitely some options. And also one more thing, it looks like there might be some plains to the northwest, so we could have a decent starting location for a secondary city, although it's very close to a tundra. We can see that here, so hard to say how exactly it's gonna look like. That's number 2. And now number 3. And before we talk about this location, in case the unique abilities that we have play a role in your decision, I will mouse over our unique unit and unique building. You can read the unique ability already, but I'll talk about them in the next episode in more detail. So here if you want to read samurai, and here if you want to read the dojo. Okay, now the third one, that's the only one that is on the coast. There is a lot of food here with access to the sea. We would start with coral, so 1 sea resource. This basically sends us in 2 directions. To get the coral, we need fishing. To get what was the other one? Gold. We need mining, right? And as Japan, we probably want to focus on this part of the tech tree, so it might take a while to get the coral and also all the tags that buff up the like sea tiles. We have again flat plains, and this time on both sides, so this is gonna be like a huge source of food. All these tiles will have 5 food basically right away. When we get a farm on these 3 tiles, we are looking 5, 5, 5. Or even 5, 5, 6 here with some other bonuses from like a granary. So the amount of food that these floodplains will produce is pretty ridiculous. Not that much production. We have gold, so that's production. There is a hill here, some other hills on this side, but overall it's not that much. I'm not sure about this one. I kept it for some like variety. But it's not exactly what I planned, as I wanted not that much food and a lot of production. This is a little bit this is exactly the opposite, but it's an option. I like that it's on the coast. We have an option to start a coastal capital. So yeah, these are our options for this series. As I said, please let me know in comments which of these 3 starting locations you like the most. And tomorrow, basically the voting goes until the episode 2 is up. So until you see that there is another episode, you can keep voting, and as I said, the starting location that gets the most votes will be used for the series. This will be all for today. I hope that I didn't forget anything, and I'll be looking forward to your comments, and we'll see each other tomorrow in the second episode. Until then, have a good time. Bye bye.